Mr. Nirvan Chaudhary, it's so wonderful to meet you and thank you for your time. I know you keep a very busy schedule. I'm sure during these lockdown times, it's quite challenging. So you are currently Managing Director of CG Corporation Global and also Vice Chair of Chaudhary Foundation, and you are Vice President of CNI Group. You are also well known for your diverse interests and ventures in life, and as a philanthropist, consul, diplomat, artist, curator, musician, trekker, and a national squash player. I didn't even know you were a squash player, but this is a varied background you carry. And you have authored several articles on leadership and management for prominent business magazines. I've also heard you speak in many forums, and also currently honorary consul general of Serbia to Nepal. So how do you wear all these different hats and carry on this leadership position where you're required to be a inspiration leader during especially these uncertain times is my question to you today.
Thank you so much, Neeraji. It's a pleasure and really an honor for me to be speaking to you. Firstly, I think what I really need to put on record is that there was a massive evolution and transformation in my life in December 2011, the day I started Sudarshan Kriya. It's a very integral part of my life, and I give a lot of priority and weightage to the fact that Sudarshan Kriya changed my perspective and the way I prioritize the various things in my life. Talking about how I manage it, you look at a marble in a jar. The jar is your life. You've got to decide which are the marbles you want to put right at the bottom that are unshakable, that are non-negotiable. Could be your family, health, work, the things you like to do. Once the jar is full and you put the sand itself will go and settle down everywhere else. That is everything around you that is trespassing in your life. But the marbles are non-negotiable. So that's one thing of the way I look at balancing life. But I think some of the things we need to understand as a leader is, you've got to have a particular goal. I still remember my father actually telling me that dream so much that it doesn't let you sleep at night. You've got to have that vigor, that energy, that fire in the belly to reach your goal. But you've also got to be able to have the sense of energizing the people around you and also the ability to execute your dreams. And unless you have an edge amongst the other people of differentiating the particular goal that you have, you'll not get anywhere. All this wrapped around the most important thing is passion. You've got to be passionate about what you do. And when you are passionate, then your life and your journey and your goal becomes so much more fun. All this journey, life becoming fun, a very important ingredient is humility. I feel that the bigger you are, the more humble you need to be. Respecting people, respecting the society, knowing that if you're in a position of power, you are sitting in a position where you've got to do more for the society, more for the people. Having that humility is very, very important for a good leader. Having the ability to communicate properly is very, very important. In today's day and age, having that compassion of giving back, humility is so important. So these are some of my 2 or 3 points that you asked. I can go on and on, but I think these are the 2 or 3 points which are very essential in forming a good, long-term, sustainable, growing leader. Having the ability to constantly learn, be a good listener, be a good learner. That all comes from humility. So I think that's a very important facet and an ingredient one needs to have.
So beautiful. I love the analogy you used, the bottle and the marbles. I guess the marble also comes in different colors and shapes. And but as a well-settled man with family, 2 beautiful children, what I wanted to ask you is like, there are a lot of youth who look up to people like you, carrying on your business, doing well. And especially during this kind of challenging time, they build their dream and now everything has come down shattered for them. What kind of advice, 3 things again, you had to tell them so that they could pick themselves? Some could be students, some could be entrepreneurs, starting their own thing or working somewhere, and when the future kind of is looking bleak like this, what kind of advice or what kind of words do you have for them?
I think, it's all about perspectives. While majority of us feel this as challenging time, which it is, which is a chaotic time, but this can also be a time which can be seen from a perspective of opportunity as well. So perspective and having the right attitude and frame of mind is very important. So I want to tell the youth that be positive and see things a little different. You'll find opportunity where other people find chaos. The entire concept of yin and yang. I also want to be able to say that just because you have a great idea doesn't mean you can be the next Mark Zuckerberg or the next, billionaire. You need to be able to learn. You need to have that open mind to be able to see people, get inspired by people who made a successful track record. Don't be shy to make mistakes. Don't be shy to learn. Don't be shy to get work experience getting into other companies. Don't be shy to constantly learn on different topics of what, which you might not have the knowledge for. So use this time to get knowledge. Use this time to get experience. When you are able to build a credibility in your experience, in the work that you're doing, think big, start small, start building blocks, but credible blocks. In today's day and age, you will see that if you have the right idea and the ability to execute that, capital will follow you no matter what. It does not matter where you are. The youth of not only of our own country, but everywhere knows this, must realize this. So that's my suggestion to everyone. Don't give hope. Use this time in constructive, things to gain experience, gain knowledge. And third is, don't rush. Build that credibility to build a good track record for yourself that when you are hitting with your next $1 million idea, you'll have enough people to engage with. And the most important thing, the power of networking, the power of surrounding yourself with good people around you. You think of Jack Ma. He has 14 shareholders who started the company, Alibaba, with him, but he was a leader. You talk about Steve Jobs. He didn't understand technology. He understood sales and marketing. You look at Bill Gates. He understood technology. He did not understand sales and marketing. He got Steve Ballmer. He got, Wozniak. There's always the power of collaboration and getting the right people with you. That's what you should do as a youth.
Very good. Thank you so much for your advice to the youth. I also want to close with this remark that you made, that your life changed in 2012 after you did Sudarshan Kriya. Now, again, to put that into perspective for people who don't know what Sudarshan Kriya is, basically, it's a mindfulness technique, where you spend some time, going inward and understanding really how to manage your mind. So for different groups, whether it is entrepreneur or it is corporate groups. In Nepal itself, the Art of Living has been doing this corporate program. At least 85 institutions have been approached and they've taken the program and found it very beneficial. And so do you feel what you said, there was change in your life is you're able to manage all these different facets of life better and become a better leader as a result of this technique that you've learned?
Nivaji, I read a long time ago, before I even was introduced to the world of Art of Living and the entire science of breathing and the techniques that we're talking about. I'd read His Holiness Shri Shri's quote that when the mind is still, the universe shall surrender. You do not really understand that till the time you start doing Kriya. And I'm talking to you from example that I'm the most, I was the most arrogant guy of not even willing to accept a beautiful program like Sudarshan Kriya, a beautiful technique like Sudarshan Kriya, unless I tried it. I tried it and I was very lucky to have been, my first practice of Sudarshan Kriya was with Gurudev as well. I clearly remember I was in the ashram in Germany, and I started this. And it's very similar to, if you look at a muddy glass of water, you cannot see anything through it. But when you're doing a powerful technique like Sudarshan Kriya, it's like the mud settling down in the glass. And then the glass and the water becomes so clear. So everything that you're seeing in your perspective into life, the work you do, your family life, your personal, becomes so much more clear. That's how I like to put the analogy of Sudarshan Kriya and the impact it had on me.
And I'm really hoping the program we are having, the panel discussion, and you are one of the panelists, very happy to have you with that great team of panelists we have for Friday, June 5th. So this will be a discourse with His Holiness Sri Ravi Shankar. So really looking forward to that, and also what you have to add to the panel. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you,
you
sir.
so
Thank
much
you.
for your